You know, I wonder if as a child you were like my son Eli when he was a puppy. Dad, I need a new lightsaber. But you already have lightsabers. Dad, I need the lightsaber. No, 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 no. Guess what? He ended up with 10 lightsabers. What was the way he did it? Persistence. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And first of all, let me congratulate you. We're on the chapter 8 of Think and Grow Rich, the chapter on persistence. If you're still with me, you have persistence. You have one of the major ingredients to becoming a 5%er. Let's go right into Napoleon Hill's chapter on persistence, which he defines as the power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Persistence to an individual is what carbon is to steel. By the way, I'm using a lot of the verbiage from Earl Nightingale's condensed Think and Grow Rich video. So some of the examples using the individual is what carbon is to steel. In uncounted thousands of cases, persistence has stood as the test between success and failure. It is this quality, more than any other, that keeps the majority from great accomplishment. They'll try a thing, but as soon as the going gets tough, they fold. Experience with thousands of people has proven that lack of persistence is a weakness common to the majority of men and women. It is a weakness that may be overcome by effort. If you are to accomplish the desire that you set for yourself, you must form the habit of persistence. Why? Things are going to get dark. It will seem as if there's no longer any reason to continue. Everything in you will tell you to give up, to quit trying. And it's right here that pardon the politically incorrect statement, the men are separated from the boys. It's right here that if you'll go that extra mile and keep going, that the skies will clear and you'll begin to see the first signs of the abundance that is to be yours because you had the courage to persist. With persistence will come success. Persistence is a state of mind. Therefore, it can be cultivated. Like all states of mind, persistence is based upon definite causes. And before I go over these definite causes, I want to tell you a little story about my life back in the day as a salesperson working with an insurance company. We had the assignment of going out, knocking on doors. That's difficult, all right? But once you get to the door, you knock on doors, get into the house, make your presentation, and come out with a sale. How many times do you knock on the door and the purpose is, nope, not interested, not interested. Nope, sorry, I can't talk now. You keep knocking on doors. My main mentor, Bob Anderson, told us, required us, he said, always send people out in pairs. And I said, if we want to get the maximum production, Mr. Anderson, why don't we send people out as individuals? Because then they can make more presentations. That makes sense. He says, you know, that's what it looks like on the surface. But Eli's dad, let me give you the reality. When people get out into the field, they're going to run into discouragement, to roadblocks, to detours. And when they do, two people together are 4 times more difficult to discourage than one person is. Not twice as many, 4 times as much difficulty to discourage, because you don't want to give up in front of the other person. That's a key element. We always send people out in pairs. That was a key to the success of that organization, because it's so easy when people say no, 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 to say, the heck with this, I'm going back into my car and I'm going home. But when there's 2 people and they made a commitment, not only to the office but to each other, that they were going to make sure the other person was successful, that gave them the strength to persist. It gave them the grit. So let's go over some of these causes. All right. First of all, one, that you must have definiteness of purpose, knowing what you want. 2, desire. 3, self-reliance, knowing you can do it. 4, definiteness of plan. 5, accurate knowledge, knowing that your plan is sound. If you keep on keeping on, the right things will happen. It's mathematical. That's the way I always looked at it when I was out in the field. I would knock on the door, and I knew that every 10 times I knocked on a door, I would get into a house, and every time I got into a house, 2/3 of the time or 3/4 of the time, I would make a sale. So I would always knock and say in my head, $10, because every time I knocked on a door, I figured it out. I made $10 when I put it all together. Does that make sense? Number 6, cooperation. Once again, working with somebody gives you strength. Sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with others tends to develop persistence. 7, willpower. 8, habit. Here is the key thing. Persistence is the direct result of habit. I'm sure that you know people that are successful, and when you think of them, one of the qualities that they have is that they're very persistent. You know, there's a saying that goes, you are your habits, and then your habits become you. This is one of the habits that you want to become you. It's one of the critical habits to have. So now we've gone over 8 different principles from the book Think and Grow Rich. Number 9 is a real important one. It's the power of the mastermind. That's the chapter you want to read next. Once again, this is not meant to take the place. This is not the crib notes for Think and Grow Rich. This is an enhancement of reading the book. Keep that in mind. If you want to be that 5%er, be persistent. Do the work. And because we're never going to end a meeting on a philosophical note, let's get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.